What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of World Building. As you can see, we're back in the castle throne room. And we'll just walk outside and we'll show you some of the new stuff I've been working on. If you remember in the last episode, we talked about building a little dock down for the king's personal boat. And here we are, with something I've just whipped together. This may evolve a little bit over time. May make some small alterations to it, some changes, but this is the basis of what we're going to be working with. As you can see, I've created a couple of guard towers here as well, which if we just have a quick look upstairs, are manned with a couple of dispensers as well, again for arrows and stuff. I figure maybe we could change those to like fire arrows. They'd be more useful for taking out boats. And we'll just quickly walk over here and see the adjacent tower as well, just for good measure. And that's got a bit of a view up the stairwell there as well. If we take to the sky and have a quick look at how it affects the overall landscape of the castle, you can see that hopefully it's achieved what I set out for it to do, which is tie the throne room in a little bit more, make it look less of a kind of awkward addition further up, and hopefully this achieves that. It certainly brings it into a more central role and gives it a purpose, I think. We have the stairwell there, which as you can just see I've blocked off underneath, created a solid stairwell there so that effectively it stops people sort of walking in underneath, so you couldn't have a ship dock on the beach section there and then sort of climb up underneath and attack the castle or whatever. I was trying to prepare for a siege. So we have our roof line there, and yeah, hopefully it all just ties in a bit nicer. There will be, like I say, some additions made, but for now that's probably the be all and the end all of the castle. We've got other things to do in the realm, other things that I'm quite excited about doing at the minute. So heading back towards the village, you can see I've added some additional foliage, some trees, just to make it look less barren. And there's our tower and everything, which obviously we've seen many times. Started creating some steps at the top and figuring out what I'm going to do with the village. We'll probably have a corridor coming along here, two main buildings either side, and the village will span out behind them towards this sort of pond area at the top here. We won't go too close to the hills and the tree line up there, because obviously I have plans for a sort of hobbit village up there. It will certainly span across here. Which brings us to the latest addition to the village, the first addition to the village I should say, which is our secondary tower with a library built on the back of it. Now, I've also built a small corridor here with covering, which brings us out to the entrance of the tower. Obviously this is the stairs down to the main tower, and hopefully you can see, if I pull out, there's more trees there obviously, you can see if I just pull out wider a little bit, you can see that the two towers, although not identical, do sort of mirror each other. And I'll just raise up a little bit and you can see that I've achieved that sort of parallel upper section. So the two sections are symmetrical in height and everything. And this tree over here I'm particularly, but not these two. The tree over here is particularly nice. It just sprang up really nicely around the edge of the library and stuff. And obviously down here where it enters the cave system, I felt the need, as I always do, to build a foundation to it and sort of show some structure under there. Even though it's completely unnecessary, I just like doing that sort of stuff. And this is our library's terrace. Oh, you can just see down there the a section of the cave dwellers you can see a section of the cave dwellers realm down there. And this is our library, or the library's terrace. Complete the table and chairs for reading a book outside in the nice weather. We have a glass roof, again with wooden supports. Some more reading areas there. Lots of books, lots of glass. Tried to keep it nice and light and airy. And this will be an entrance or exit out into the main village. And through here will lead us through to the tower. If we just go through there now, you can see internally I've made some changes. It's very similar to the tower across the way, but obviously the guard sections are cordoned off. You figure, even though it's a public building as such, oh, there's some foliage in here. Even though it's a public building, the sort of guard sections would be cordoned off from the public. You can just make out the roof line up here. And that's our glass roof looking down into the library. Up into the sky again, and you can get a quick look around the building from the exterior. And this is the first of a couple of different public buildings we'll have available within this town or village. I figure maybe a well along here next to the water. And obviously there'll be a large residential sort of build within the village as well. But those buildings may change slightly in terms of aesthetics. The public buildings are all going to be very set in the style of the build. Very squared off, all made of stone and wood. But the village may be ever so slightly different. But that's something for another day. If we head down into the cave system we started mapping out in the last episode, I've made some changes down here. The lights have all switched over to glowstone. I figured underground you don't really want too many lit torches that'll suck up oxygen and stuff, so and make it very hot. So I've added some additional grass around the area to go for this kind of underground utopia, and obviously edged the pathways with cobblestone to sort of cement them in place, really give an idea that this is all being carved out of the rock. If we head down, you can see I've also started using different shades of wood to give the area a bit more depth. We're not using the same wood all the way around. Obviously by switching out the torches as well, we've placed the glowstone within the support structures. Bit more additional grass there. And just working along this theme of the pathways are cemented all in with cobblestone. And we'll do something with the water back here. I'm thinking maybe a pathway back there. Going in behind the waterfall might be nice. As you can see, we've also added an additional tree or two down here as well. I don't know how well they're going to fare. Hopefully they'll stay alive down here. I don't think Minecraft has any capability of killing trees and foliages once they're spawned, and we've got a tree that appears to come out of the rock face there as well, which is quite nice. And that's really all I've done down here for the second. Just try and use different colours, different textures, and expand upon what I'd already worked on. And that sort of thing I'll continue around the rest of the area I've already mapped out, and we'll expand upon this. And we'll build some homes into the rock face. But that's about it for this episode. I hope you're enjoying the series and enjoying what we're working upon here. And it looks like a lovely evening. We'll take to the skies one last time. And see the village at night. Might make a nice thumbnail. And yeah, hope you're enjoying it, guys, and we'll see you next time for another world building.